All right, we're back with another IDC tournament run. IDC33 this time. Sorry about not posting the games from IDC32. Long story short, we went 3 and 2, but I was incredibly busy with work and other real life things during August, so I didn't have time to edit what turned out to be a couple hour-long matches. Yeah, here we are, IDC33. We're up against Shabam round 1. Hopefully you all enjoy the match, but before that, I wanted to just briefly talk about the deck that I brought. If you don't care, just skip ahead to the match. But yeah, this is the deck for IDC33 that I landed on. It's Ice Sword. It's a weird version of Ice Sword with some classic CVH innovation, aka some weird funky one-ofs that I just wanted to play, and some things that are probably strictly incorrect, or maybe just sometimes incorrect and sometimes correct. We'll see how it is. Ice Sword in general, sort of a mid-rangey deck almost. I mean, it's not true control, it's not true aggro, but it kind of plays its role depending on the matchup. Obviously, Ice Vapor and Sky Sword are good in very different matchups, besides the fact that Sky Sword's ramp is pretty much universally good. So it really leans on the 4 copies each of those cards and the 4 copies of Soul Swap. I really haven't played much of this deck at all in the past, which is why I was drawn to it and really wanted to play it. I don't know the matchup super well. The only times I've played it, though, have been in our bracket tournament on the channel Earth Power with Carl. And in those matches, we are limited to 2 copies of Soul Swap. So obviously, it gets a lot better when you can play 4 copies. To talk a little bit about the card choices that are a little bit weirder, and I'm using that term a little bit loosely because the deck itself, even in the IDC meta, hasn't been super widely played. So it's not like there's a very established version. But some of the cards that you don't normally tend to see are any of the 2 drops, really. I believe Dark Signer played 2 copies of Emerald in IDC 32, which got me thinking you'd want some 2 drops probably for the aggro matchups, but I kind of wanted to try a variety that are good in different situations. Quixotic has utility because it can trade over or trade evenly with cards like Ganta and trade over some other things. It also provides a 9th Beast Folk for the 2 copies of Fighter Dual Fang I'm playing instead of the other way around with the Fighter Dual Fang and Blue Mercus. I'm playing 1 copy of Belix because it's an amazing turn 2 play against Rush, but also because it recycles those soul swaps, which are, as I mentioned, incredibly powerful in the deck, and also can get Miraculous Plague back late game. I almost wanted to play 3 Plagues, but I decided against it, so I thought the Belix would help, and the Foul would help a little bit too if I needed more copies of them. And other one-ofs, Blue Mercus, usually it's a Fighter Dual Fang as a one-of, but I tried the reverse split. Foul Iga, that card was almost Magris, but I decided I wanted another way to recycle Soul Swap. We'll see if that turns out to be worth it or not. 1 Terrapit, 1 Holy Awe, weird spell, shield trigger split for sure. I'm worried about mana fixing too. I didn't want to not play either of those cards, but I couldn't really find room for more. I almost thought about 2 Locomotivers, 2 Terrapits, but then I thought I wanted more turn 4 plays because the turn's kind of weak, especially since the Foul was a Foul and not a Magris. 43 cards because I wanted to play all these kind of strange tech choices, and while this deck would definitely be optimal at 40 cards, I thought hopefully the cards I'm including increase its power level against the perceived meta of the tournament, and I'm worried more about decreasing the deck's power too much if I take out the wrong card, versus not being able to play some of these cards. So yeah, there's probably an optimal 40 card version of this deck, but honestly I was jazzed to play a lot of these one-ofs, so we'll see how they go. And of course, I can't not mention the weirdest card that I included, which is Aqua Sniper. The main thought I had that made me want to play this card is that you can soul swap it out from shields, and it can actually deal with 2 of your opponent's cards, which is something no other card in the deck can do except for Holy Awe. And Sniper is potentially even more powerful in those situations because it can then trade over something, or it can become another attacker. And of course, when you are setting up a wide board of relatively small things, and you sort of need that break point in the game to get aggressive, Plague does it fantastically, but Aqua Sniper kind of does the same thing sometimes, especially because you can play it for 3 mana occasionally off of a Soul Swap, and obviously it follows Miraculous Plague or Fighter Dual Fang quite nicely if you're playing those cards beforehand. So yeah, that's the deck. Hopefully you all think it's interesting because you're going to be seeing quite a bit of it over the course of the 6 rounds of Swiss IDC 33, starting with this match against Shabam. All right, we win the die roll. Make sure everything is good to go. Recording. Should be good. Shabam has 40 cards left in deck, so 50 card control deck maybe. Let's start with Surfer down. Doesn't really telegraph what we're playing either. My deck is 43 cards, so that's kind of a weird number. Could be aggro, could be not aggro. Definitely not rush, though. We put another surfer down? Is that too crazy? I think we can just do it. Don't let him know what we're playing yet. It's a weird hand for sure, but at least we've seen the Ice Vapors already. He is playing the Fists of Forever. Okay. Swap down Bronze Arm. Hope we get Darkness Menace. We don't have to put another Ice Vapor down. Playing 2 would be amazing. Perfect. Ice Vapor into... I don't know, maybe Fighter Dual Fang. Maybe another Ice Vapor. He's got a Foul Iga in hand. That's so many Fists of Forever. My god, he's really committed to the combo. Yeah, I guess swap down. Swap number 2 goes down. It's fine. Does make my turn a little bit easier. Do I keep it and make him have other discard and make him kind of wonder what it is? I don't know what the odds are that I'm really playing at this game. I think I'll just keep it for now. I think I'll still keep it. I mean, 2 swaps are down. I feel like this could get played this game, and he can't really discard me. If he goes for Lost Soul next turn, it's like a really bad value for him. I want to keep Water and Nature untapped because of Emerald and Quixotic. We found some light mana. I don't want to get blown out by Bazagaziel. Sniper down, play Aqua Surfer, and actually start pressuring. Zagazia won't be good against me. There's a lot of mass removal that will be good against me. Bounce the bat. If there's mass removal, we might just lose. He will discard a bunch of cards and get rid of a bunch of mana. Worth the attempt, right? Because he can't Baza Fista forever this turn. He could have if he had a Zagazil in hand and went Soul Swap down. Or went Soul Swap into Fists. This does not look like mass removal. Two Clone Nightmares? Alright, nice. We should just have this. We're out of Ice Vapors, but he's out of shields. Oh, I'm out of plays, though. I don't have any light mana. That's kind of gross. Hopefully I win this turn. This would be pretty unfortunate otherwise, right? Holy y'all would be rough. Okay. GG's. Game 1 is ours. I need to make sure I'm going in on the right turns. This deck is pretty cool, though. I haven't really ever played against something that was so dedicated to Fist of Forever. Well, I want the dark mana, so I guess this kind of has to happen. We didn't really see any mass removal in his deck besides Fist of Forever. I'm sure there probably is some, like maybe Apocalypse Vice, Searing Wave, something like that. But not having seen it, I don't really know what to play around. And I almost want to dump one of these Fulcuses. I don't know, maybe an Aqua Surfer is valuable in my hand. It's tough to say. I'm gonna... Oh my god, zooming in. No, I'm just gonna keep manning the Surfers, it's fine. Cloned Nightmare. Okay. Sky Sword down, play another Hulkus, keep my hand resilient to discard, and I guess we start attacking. It's pretty free here. Didn't see a lot of shield triggers in his deck. Don't really care too much if I hit one. Make him choose between answering the board and discarding more cards. That's how we can probably win. This deck that we're playing is really annoying for control decks. Or at least it can be with the right draws. Yeah, this isn't really too scary of a play at all, except that it does give our opponent Apocalypse Vice mana next turn. Ice Vapor double attack just seems too good not to do. I wish we had ramps on turn 3. I want to play Plague next turn, maybe. Ice Vapor is just too good. I can't just not play it, right? Especially if we're attacking, we might hit shield triggers. Hope no APOC, but like, you know, worse things have happened. Yeah, Rebirth into that's good. Discards Fists of Forever. Another Ice Vapor seems good, but now we can't really attack. So obviously I'm still worried about Apocalypse Vice. I don't know if he's playing blockers at all. Maybe I just get rid of Kalon. Kalon down, play Ice Vapor. Do I attack or not is the question after that. Attacking still sets up lethal, so I think probably. And then if Bazagaziel kills Ice Vapor and he trades with Sky Sword, which is like sad. If I don't attack and it is Bazagaziel, I think I'm in a better spot though, right? Like I'm not setting up lethal is so questionable because he's gonna have an answer for this, even if it costs him a card. If I just sit here untapped, he can only Bazagaziel it down. Then I plague these two, prevent him from playing Bazagaziel the following turn, and then I set up the 2-turn. I think that's probably a tiny bit stronger. %0 chance to win the game in 2 turns now, but higher chance to win the game the turn after that, probably. I don't want to give him, like, you know, actual mass removal if he has it. I want this to be, like, the Bazagaziel to kill my Ice Vapor turn, I think. Obviously, if I could have plagued this turn, that would have been pretty juicy. Prevent him from playing Bazagaziel or playing something like Apocalypse Vice next turn. He would have just replayed this, though, so maybe it's not amazing. Have Belix in the deck, as expected. There's the mass removal. Destroys a shield, discards a card, and gets rid of a mana. Alright, that's a good draw. I'm obviously going to play it. Just going to think about the situation for a minute. He's a little bit ahead on board, but I don't care. The only thing about his board is that I can crack back on the stuff I attack with. He's going to draw up to 2. I have 2 anything on board. He's at 2 shields, so I feel like we're pretty favored here. Yeah, this is not the worst, I think. Pretend I have a follow-up play. Discards Clone Nightmare. Uh-oh. Is that 3 Clone Nightmares in the discard pile? Zooming, dude. The zooming. To be honest, does he have a follow-up? Hopefully not. Oh, it's 2 Clone Nightmares in the discard pile. Don't care a ton. I don't actually have a good play, though. Wonder what he's holding. I need more creatures before I can actually start, like, attacking and stuff. I'm just gonna put this down and pass. It's not a terrible plague, but it doesn't really get me anywhere because he can just replace Sky Sword. Like, I mean, it's not a terrible plague in that, Ice Vapor doesn't hurt too much. I do kind of have to get rid of that. I think I don't even want to play Plague against these two. So I think I keep Bronze Arm. I try to mount 3 creatures before you can find an answer. But I still have to swap that out, I think. I can't let him draw a million cards. And we discard the Plague. And, 1 water mana. And we have 3 nature mana. So it looks bad, like, value-wise, but we only need 1 more creature to stick, and then we're maybe good to go. But it is kind of dubious, right? He's a Bazagazil deck, and we gave him Bazagazil mana. So if he just is lucky and has it, things are not good for me. Oh, is he just bringing it back out? Tapping these, yeah. That's the right things to tap. Well, kinda, that's a multi. Just whatever. Yikes, and a foul? Okay. 0 cards in hand, but he's about to have a spell of his choice, and a random card in hand. I hope I don't draw Aqua Sniper at 7 mana. That card doesn't do anything. Yeah, he's got Rebirth already, so this seems kind of over. Maybe a Lost Soul off the top would have been okay. I mean, Fighter Dual Fang would have obviously been a lethal top deck too. So there were some outs. This is not one of them, and I kind of have to dump it because he's going to hit my Locomotiver and then grab Locomotiver. And I probably just swing here. Probably just take him off of his shields. Or maybe not. Ugh, God. This is rough. Maybe not. Rebirth's gonna sting. I think we're probably gonna go to game 3 here. I already tapped these. Gets rid of my Fighter Dual Fang base. Yeah, this game is fairly over. I don't think he drew off a mist. I can break a shield. That's kind of cute. He's playing very safe. I mean, I don't really feel like there's a way I could possibly win this game, though. That's 7 cards in hand. It's kind of fun. Pulling Armor Lloyds. Yeah, game's over, so I'll just play it out to see more of his deck. The funny thing here is he probably could have just like played one more removal spell and just gone for a game because he had 6 attackers. Petrova's hexproof too. So I mean, I have a lot of shield triggers, but the odds weren't super low. The odds that I could kill on the crackback are ridiculously low too. This does seem like being overcautious. I don't think this is getting me there. For fun, I guess I'll make him replay things. We'll do those two. Aqua Sniper is not very good when we're this far behind. It's like good when I'm like a creature behind. And I can get me back ahead, but I don't know about all this. This is a bit much. Armor Lord again. Damn. These are about to be some 9,000 powers to Grandus. Wait, he has 6 cards in deck? What the heck? I feel like he can probably just, he's not drawing anymore, obviously, but Armor Lord again. 13,000? Well, I mean, they're quite big. Doesn't really need them, though. Yeah, Holy All's gone. This is a lost cause, but it's Lost Soul anyway. Well, let me put this in mana. Zogazil, Miraculous, Meltdown, Bronze Arm, Rebirth. Okay, so there is a Meltdown in the deck. We've learned that. Not bad to learn. Another Patrol. Oh, that's a Mystery House. Okay. He does have to kill me, though. Like, he'll deck out before I do. Let's see if he keeps attacking creatures. Okay, now here we go. Now he doesn't kill the creature first. Wow, I had 0 shield triggers? No, I had 1. Ooh, okay. On to game 3. That was a long one. Okay. Well, we're on the play. We've got Bronze Arm, Ice Vapor, Theoretical Fighter, Dual Fang. We've had that Theoretical before, and it didn't work out, though. I put Kolan down first. Maybe there's a world where I get other Darkness Mana and I keep Terrapit for maybe like Mysterios or something. I only need one of these. Maybe I still get to keep Terrapit. Maybe I don't even need to play it, though. Gatling Sky Terror, that's dope. Card is very fun. Well, if there's Clone Nightmare random discard and it hits Ice Vapor, that'll be kind of sad. Deck is big, though. It's not, like, super consistent. It is Clone Nightmare, and it does hit Ice Vapor. Uh-oh. Well, the odds of that were pretty low. I'm going to have to go on the pressuring plan. I guess I put Pit down. Might not even have a play this turn. I did mean to attack there. Alright. Does he have a Volcano Charger? I did improve the odds of Volcano Charger. Oh no. Yeah, I guess I can keep the rest of my hand and just play it. It only keeps me off of like a sniper next turn, which I'm probably not going to need to play. Well, Bloom is pretty pressuring, isn't it? It's gonna have to be. Bigger than Bazagaziel. Have to bounce it. I'm wondering if I mana one of my other cards. I think I get rid of the Dual Fang. I can't really play it next turn unless I get Quixotic. Or I guess Bronze Arm number 4. Wait, actually. Yeah, they're all gone. But I do have to bounce to Grandu. To Grandu number 2 and Bronze Arm Tribe. Well, I know he has 2 Stagrandus and a Bronze Arm, and none of those prevent me from maybe lethaling. But he also has 4 other cards now. Or 3 other cards, rather. Wonder if any of those 3 cards deal with this board. This game has felt rough. I mean, I know we're, like, theoretically kind of in a decent spot on board if he doesn't have an answer, but not feel super good. That Ice Vapor discard, which totally bricked my turn 4, was very powerful. Probably these 2 and another Volcano Charger. I flood the board and I pray that there's no other answer. I feel like, I mean, he didn't need Swing Wave last turn, but I feel like he's probably setting up for a wave. I think it's, I can't really swap into Bloom, so I can't get rid of these. I can Emerald and swap Emerald for Surfer. He's drawing a million cards in that case, but I bounce, at that point I just bounce Mysterios, probably. attack with both of these. It sucks because this walks right into the Searing Wave, but the blue Mercus dies immediately. If he didn't have warriors on the board, then I would just swap into Bloom and Searing Wave would kill the rest, and maybe Bloom would survive and win the game. It also walks into like the 1-of Meltdown, but whatever, I'm not playing around the 1-of Meltdown. And there can't be too many Searing Waves. It's probably like 2 in the deck, because he's leaning on all the other things that he's doing. Carefully tapping mana here. Not Searing Wave, 6 mana? I mean, he only has 1 trade here. Sky Sword and 1 trade means he still needs a shield trigger, right? So this actually isn't very bad for me. Oh, Petrova kills me, for sure. Yeah, Volcano Charge Petrova and I lose. But if it's Petrova, the only reason I think it's not is because, like, he'd slam it so fast. I guess, just because of Petrova, maybe we... Well, in this case, if I had bounced this instead of the Mysterios, Petrova would still do the same thing. Like, he'd still be able to full clear because Mist kills... Well, okay, no. Maybe I'm wrong. He'd still be able to full clear, but he'd lose Mist in this. It would be very bad for me either way. How much is he tapping? Alright, Sky Sword mana. Well, maybe we win. Guess we'll find out shortly. We don't win this turn. I don't know if the odds are very high that we win this at all. I mean, this is actually a quite good turn, but yeah. Plague would have been sick. Well, good luck us. No, do it like this. If you had to bounce this, I don't want it to get rebirthed as a 6. Well, that was very close. GG's though. And that's the match. 2-1 against Shabam to start IDC33 off strong with a 1-0 record. I cannot remember if I recorded any semblance of an outro when I was recording that match live, so here it is. Hopefully you all enjoyed. There's the deck list one more time on screen. And stay tuned for the next match. Thanks for watching.